Alright, take two. Welcome to another movie review! Yay! I don't know why my hands are waving around like this. But whatever. So anyhow, what movie am I reviewing? The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. It's a film that came out about 4 months ago. Just came out on DVD. So, what's it about, you might ask? Well, it's about this guy named Walter Mitty who works for Life magazine and gets pictures from them every time. The main photographer, a guy named Sean Cunningham, wants to use a number 25 as a as the cover for the last print issue of Life magazine. Except there's a slight problem. There's no picture, there's no negative, there's no anything. So anyhow, that leads Walter to go on this, trying to find this lost negative, and leading him on this great journey through Greenland and Iceland, especially Iceland, which this is something that I have to praise from a technical aspect. The locations of this movie are beautiful. Seriously, I've been to some beautiful places, like Glacier, Yellowstone, and the Grand Tetons. Holy crap! This is on the same level as them. And the film is rated PG, so you can take it to show it to your kids and whatnot, if you have kids, or a really immature cousin. And it'll be fine. A lot of critics have, berated it a little bit, saying that it's not nearly as funny as it should have been. I don't think the point of it wasn't to be funny, because, you think about it, and there's almost no humor throughout the entire movie. So, and the movie stars Ben Stiller, so naturally you would probably expect it to be a very funny movie. Sort of along the same lines as some other movies he's directed, like Caddyshack, Tenacious D, and The Pick of Destiny, or it's not Caddyshack, it was Happy Gilmore that he directed. Caddyshack was before his time. And Night at the Museum, where, you expect it to be really funny. So naturally, you expect that sort of thing from Ben Stiller's movies, both the ones that he acts in and the ones that he directs. This isn't like that. It's a complete break from his usual, dumb sort of comedy thing. And the shocking thing is, it works on so many levels because of that. Now, because it has a great story, and unlike some other films, like Wolf on Wall Street, it doesn't rely on, saying fuck or shit or any number of cuss words every 5 seconds just to keep your attention. And I remember that one of the most powerful moments in the movie, or at least I think it is, or maybe it's one of the most well shot. Either way, it's when Stiller's character gets this longboard, and for those of you that don't know what a longboard is, it's, well, exactly what it sounds like, a very long skateboard. And he longboards down this mountain in Iceland, and there's no dialogue, no nothing. And just this shot of him, just these shots of him going down this road in Iceland. And it is beautifully shot. It is spectacular. Now, I'm not as picky as my dad is, because my dad is extremely picky when it comes to movies. He said that this is one of the best films he's seen of all time. Yeah. And so anyhow, what do I give it as my review? Let me break it down into categories first. Alright, first we have characters, story, dialogue, and technical. This is slightly different from my Frozen review because, first of all, there are no songs in Secret Life of Walter Mitty. And second off, there's, it's all shot in live action. So anyhow, for characters, I give it a 9 out of 10 because you honestly believe all of the performances, even the minor characters like the jackass boss that is in charge of making the switch from print to digital in life. You really want to punch him in the face. And for the girlfriend, you honestly believe that she doesn't know that she, it's kind of iffy whether or not she wants to be with Stiller's character. And Stiller puts on a great performance as Walter Mitty, because he appears to have these little hallucinogenic episodes where he just zones out. And it's not hallucinogenic, he just kind of zones out and imagine how things would go if he was braver or more creative or more adventurous. In Act 2 of the movie, he does all that. He's like, alright, let's go kick some ass, Well, jump into freezing shark-infested waters? Yeah, sure, might as well. But there's also a humbleness to the character, and that I really respect, because with how many action movies I've seen the arrogant, muscular, badass a lot. Yeah. And so anyhow, the characters, I give it a 9 out of 10. The story is, I'm not really sure how the story is, because it's not bad, but it's not like, oh my god, this is fantastic. Much of the rest of the movie carries that. But it's a good story because you have this quest in the beginning to find this photographer and ask him, hey, what happened to -25 if in that roll that you sent? Because, he sends film rolls, not digital. And so, anyhow, then he is wondering. Then when he finally tracks him down and asks him where the negative is, well, I won't spoil it for you, but let's just say that if you watch it a second time, then you'll notice all the little clues pointing out to where it is. So, yeah, 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 for that. This now, technical aspect. This gets a 10 out of 10 because you know that the main character is, it's explained early on, he's kind of lonely. He is basically just your average guy, and with a great imagination. And so anyhow, and the shots in New York, they're shots in New York. But the shots in for instance Iceland or on the boat, yeah. And in the volcano eruption, yeah. That I literally had my feet sweating during that part of the movie. And it is fantastic because, literally the actors could have been given the crappiest performance of their lives, and I wouldn't have noticed because the technical aspect is so good. I mean, seriously, if next year at the Oscars, if they don't get any recognition for it, I just might write a letter to the Academy asking, what the hell were you thinking? Because it is a fantastic movie. I mean, granted, I'm not saying that it has to win an Oscar, but if it at least got nominated, that I think would at least, benefit from the technical aspect of it. From the environments, from the side characters, from just everything. I give this movie a 10 out of 10 with a buy it now seal of approval. Because it's just a feel-good movie. And let's face it, this day and age, there ain't too many of those. Signing out. This is The Thespian.